Hello and welcome to Eternity Tutorials. In this video, I'll be dealing with the three methods to solve the linear equations in two variables. I'll be dealing with substitution method, cross multiplication method, and elimination method. I'll be taking few examples from all the three methods. Let us first start with the substitution method. As the name suggests, means we are substituting the value of one variable in another equation. Let us see. I'll take one example. I have 3x plus 4y is equal to 10 and 2x minus 2y is equal to 2. Now from here, if you see from this equation, I can find out the value of x, which is 2 plus 2y upon 2. I take this 2y on the right hand side, I change the sign from minus to plus, and 2 is divided. Now I put this value, or to make it simpler, I take 2 common from the numerator and I have 1 plus y upon 2, which gives me 1 plus y. So from here I put this value of x as 1 plus y in the first equation. Let me mark this 1 and this as 2. So we write down, put 2 in 1. Now when I put this value in place of x, I put 1 plus y plus 4y is equal to 10. I open the brackets, I get 3 plus 3y plus 4y is equal to 10, or 3 plus 7y is equal to 10. 7y becomes 10 minus 3, which is equal to 7, or y becomes equal to 1. Now I put y equal to 1 in second equation, which is this. So I get x is equal to 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. So we have substituted, we took out the value of x and we substituted this value in this first equation. We could have taken out the value of y and we could have substituted that value as well. So whichever is convenient to take out, we take out that value. Let us take another example. Now in this question, the constants are on the left hand side. So we take the constant on right hand side and the equations become x minus 3y is equal to 7 and 3x minus 3y is equal to 15. Now from here it is easy to find out x. So we get x as 7 plus 3y. I mark this as 1 and this as 2. So now we put first equation in second equation and I get 7 plus 3y minus 3y is equal to 15. As you open the brackets, you get 21 plus 9y minus 3y is equal to 15, or 21 plus 6y is equal to 15. I take 21 on the other side and I get 6y is equal to minus 6, which implies that y is equal to minus 1. So now I put y equal to minus 1 in the first equation and I get 7 plus 3 into minus 1, which is 7 minus 3 gives you 4. So I'll take one more example to make things more clear. We have these two equations. If you see from the first equation, it is easier to find out the value of y. And I mark this as 1 and this equation as 2. So I put 2, sorry, 1 in 2. And I get 3x as it is. Instead of y, I put this value 5 minus 2x is equal to 8. As you open the brackets, we get 10 minus 4x is equal to 8. Minus x is equal to 8, and I take 10 on the other side. So I get minus x is equal to minus 2, or x is equal to 2. We put x equal to 2 in 1. So I get y is equal to 5 minus 4, which is equal to 1. So that was the substitution method. Let's move on to the next method, which is the cross multiplication method. The cross multiplication method, I will write down the standard form of the equations. 1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. And the second equation is a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Now please understand, we first write down x upon the other variable being y, but I put minus y and 1 for the constant, and I write this. Now whenever you are writing below x, then you have to hide x. Like, do not take this, we multiply these. I multiply this and this. Remember, always the multiplication moves from right to left. So I multiply b1 into c2 minus b2 c1. We have to write below y. So we will not consider the coefficients of y. We hide them and we multiply a1 from right to left, c2 minus a2 c1. Next we take the constants. If we take the constants, then we hide them and I multiply a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So this is the formula that we are going to use for the cross multiplication. You can either learn the formula, or I've told you the method. You can simply follow the method. We now take the first example. We write the equations in the standard form first, which becomes 3x plus 4y minus 10, and the second equation becomes 2x minus 2y minus 2 is equal to 0. Now again I write down x equal to minus y equal to and 1. Below x I have to take the coefficients of y and the constants. So I hide the coefficients of x and I multiply 4 into minus 2 minus of minus 2 into minus 10. Similarly, the values, we have to write the values below y. So we hide the coefficients of y. And now I multiply from right to left 3 into minus 2 minus 2 into minus 10. Comes the constants. So we hide the constants and we multiply the coefficients of x and y. So we get 3 into minus 2 minus 2 into 4. Now simple calculations are left. If you see, I multiply minus 4 into minus 2 becomes minus 8, and here it comes out to be minus 20. Minus y upon minus 6 plus 20 and 1 upon minus 6 minus 8. So we get x upon minus 28 and minus y upon 14, 1 upon minus 14. Now we equate x with the constants. That is, x upon minus 28 is equal to minus 1 upon 14. So from here we get that x is equal to 2. Similarly, I equate the coefficients of y and the constants, and we get y equal to 1. Let's take one more example. Now, again, I write down these equations in the standard form. 2x plus y minus 5 is equal to 0, and 3x plus 2y minus 8 is equal to 0. So I write down x upon minus y upon and 1 upon. Now for the coefficients of x, I multiply 1 into minus 8 minus of 2 into minus 5. For below y, I multiply the coefficient of x into the constant minus the other coefficient of x into the other constant. And for below 1, I multiply 2 into 2 minus 3 into 1. So x upon minus 8 plus 10, and here I get minus 16 plus 15, and this is 4 minus 3. So I get x upon 2 minus y upon minus 1 and 1 upon 1. So I again equate the coefficients, the x part with the constant part, and I get x equal to 2. And when I equate the y part to the constant, I get y equal to 1. I'll take one more example. In this example, the equations are already in the standard form. So we write down straight away x upon minus y upon and 1 upon. For below x, I multiply minus 3 minus 15 minus of minus 3 minus 7. Below y, I write down 1 into minus 15 minus of 3 into minus 7, and here I get now 45 minus 21 minus 15 plus 21, and here I get minus 3 plus 9. Now I'll equate the x part with the constant, and I get x equal to 4. Now equate y part with the constant, and we get y equal to minus 1. So that's the cross multiplication method. We will now be dealing with elimination method. Elimination method, we have the equations right in front of us. What does elimination method says? That we have to eliminate one of the variables. To eliminate one of the variables, we will equate the coefficients of that variable. Like, let me just mark these equations as 1 and 2. If you see, the coefficient of x here is 1 and here it is 3. Here we have the coefficient of y as 4 and the coefficient of y as minus 1. So either we equate the coefficient of x or we equate the coefficient of y. In this case, I'll be equating the coefficient of y. So I multiply 1 by 1 and the second equation by 4, because we have to make the coefficient of y in the second equation as 4. So we write down here 3x plus 4y is equal to 10. When we say multiplying the equation, that means each term will be multiplied by that value. Like in the second equation, I multiply by 4, so I get 4x minus 4y is equal to 4. Now if you see, the signs here are different. So to eliminate or For us to get y cancelled, we need to add them. So I write the instruction here that and add them. When you add them, you will get 3 plus 4 as 7x. This gets cancelled and you get 14. So x becomes 14 upon 7, which is equal to 2. Now we put x equal to 2 in the second equation. So I get 2 minus y is equal to 1. Minus y is equal to 1 minus 2 or y equal to 1. You can put this value in any one of the equation, either the first or the second equation. Let me take another example. In this example, I again mark the two equations as 1 and 2. Now here the coefficient of y is 1 and here it is 2. So again it is easier to equate the coefficients of y. So I multiply 1 by 2 and 2 by 1. Now if I multiply the first equation by 2, I get 4x plus 2y is equal to 10, and the second equation becomes 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. If you see the signs in front of the y, it is same. So to cancel it, we need to subtract them. So we write down, when you subtract them, I change the signs. So I get 4 minus 3 as x. This gets cancelled and here I get 2. Now I put x equal to 2 in the first equation. So I get and y comes out to be 1. Now in this equation, the equations are written in the standard form. So we have to take the constants on the other side and we get x minus 3y is equal to 7 and 3x minus 3y is equal to 15. I mark the equations as 1 and 2. Here if you see, the constants, the coefficients of y are already same, but their sign are also same. So straight away we can write down subtract 1 and 2. When you subtract them, you will change their sign. So I am writing these equations again to show you the subtraction. So I change the signs. This gets cancelled. I get minus 2x is equal to minus 8 and x becomes 4. So now we put x equal to 4 in 1 and 4 minus 3y is equal to 7. Minus 3y, I take 4 on the other side and I get y equal to minus 1. So that's all. If you have any doubts related to any of the methods, please write your questions in the comment section. If you like the video, please share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.